Guess what, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Eating While Broke. And guess what? We are out of the podcast studio and in Atlanta again. And guess who we have here with us? The amazing B. Simone is with me.
Dang, I thought you was going to give me more like the amazing
comedian, actress, influencer, Wildin' Out cast member. B. Simone is in the building. With her schedule all day, and I was like, she is gonna be ferocious. She is gonna be ferocious to me, and I'm terrified.
No,
like, I was like,
are you crazy?
I was terrified because
you did not believe that.
I promise you, I was washing dishes like, oh man, I don't know how to tell Dolly this. This story is crazy.
No,
and
I walked right in, and your vibes were great.
She was so nice to me, and I was like, thank you, Jesus. Sometimes your day could be hard and you don't know, but I want people to know this because sometimes you see someone on camera or on your phone and you assume stuff about them or you don't know. Yeah. And it's just like, I meet you and I have this amazing story to tell, and I want people to know the other side.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep my energy up. I'm actually really, really tired, and you know how that goes. I'm like making sure my energy is up because I'm actually excited to do this. I've never done anything like this before.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
What, cooking on camera?
Yeah, like cooking and, you know.
And then you got to cook your broke dish.
Yeah.
It's like she can't even put on a good show for us. She got to cook us the broke dish.
Yeah.
Well, one day, dish. You know, she'll invite us. You know, maybe we could have her rich dish.
Yeah.
You know?
I have rich dishes like Chipotle. You know, I eat Chipotle every day.
Really?
All the time. I had it today.
I'm going to have to find out at the end of the interview what B. Simone orders at Chipotle.
Yeah.
Because I like
bowl.
It. Oh. Well, I feel like you're going to be healthy. I order all the like sour cream.
No, but see, you thought I was vegan. I'm not vegan. I just don't. I'm pescatarian. Like I eat salmon sometime, but I don't eat meat. But I eat dairy. I'm actually fasting from dairy right now. But
why?
Because I'm doing a 7-day fast with my team, so we can have clarity because we have something coming up in 8 days.
Oh, I feel like we're about to learn a lot. We're about to learn a lot. What do you have us eating today?
Okay, so we are eating spaghetti, y'all. But today, it's a little different than my struggle meal because when I used to struggle, I was eating meat.
Oh, okay.
So it was like regular ground beef. Okay. But now, I haven't had meat for 6 years, excluding seafood. So we're using Impossible meat.
And now I don't
You're
think
gonna love it. You're not even going to know. If you didn't know, you wouldn't know.
Well, I'm just curious to see, like, how do you know when Impossible meat is cooked? Because I would assume it's fake meat, right?
Well, it gets brown.
Oh, well, you're going to educate us all today. So we're going to have, and then what are you going to name this? So when we're looking in the cookbook, what is B. Simone spaghetti going to be called?
Oh my God. Can I think about that?
Yeah, you got till the answer.
What is it going to be called?
What's it going to be? You got till the end. Why don't you start cooking for us?
Okay. Let's
go to the kitchen.
Let's get it. So first, am I telling you how I do it?
Tell me. Yeah, you got to walk us through it.
First of all, I don't cook, okay? I don't go to the grocery store. Y'all know I don't have a car, which I talk about all the time. So I'm definitely not going to get no groceries. I Uber Eats. I eat out 99.9% of my life.
So when was the last time you were in the kitchen? When you was broke? Yo, that's where I want to be at, okay, guys? I want to be like the last time
I was in the kitchen. No. Ooh, when's the last time I cooked? Oh, I did get high. Can I say that on here?
You could say whatever you want. This is
I
the
got
black
high,
effect.
and I'm not gonna lie. I made some cookies. I baked cookies.
Did you actually make them from scratch or the little?
No, from scratch. Toll House. They happen to be. I don't even buy shit like that. My cousin came over and she bought them, but was like, yeah.
Okay, the little squares you just put on the thing.
Yes.
I know. I love those. My brother put them on
I love them. Oh my God.
Just for the record, you should always keep that in your house. Randomly.
That's the devil,
so like if we go in your fridge, there's no food.
Nothing.
Is there water? Like what?
No.
I go into your house. I'm like, Simone, I'm gonna hit that fridge. I open it.
Do not do that. There's nothing. There's aloe vera plant because a hookah fell in my lap, the coal, and I had on shorts, and I had to heal that, so I rub aloe vera in between my thighs daily. But other than that, there's nothing in my fridge.
I didn't know aloe vera could do that.
It helps with dark
You got the
spots.
actual plant.
The
Okay,
plant,
so we
like
go
the
in there. It's
aloe
like you're
vera.
gonna starve to death. There's not even leftovers.
Of what?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
But
So-
if we have leftovers of this, can I take it?
Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
All right. So what we gonna do?
She wants to take her broke meal. That's how you know someone's real. All right.
She boiled the noodles already for us, so they're
Yes.
right there because we was not about to boil them. You know, they take a little long. Did you
Yeah.
test to see if it was ready? You threw it on the wall?
You want to start throwing it on the wall? We can test it.
And we have the Impossible meats, you guys.
Now,
okay?
do you need oil with that?
Do you have oil?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're gonna take a little bit of oil.
Wait, here, let me. Oh, I know I got out of shot. Hold on, I'm sorry, guys.
Have y'all ever had you never had like a vegan burger?
Yes.
Like slutty vegan or something like that? Or like
let me
bar
tell you,
vegan
before I leave, I'm gonna have slutty
Ooh,
vegan.
Girl, you wouldn't even know. It's not.
So I love. My guilty pleasure. A lot of people don't know this is.
Wait, is this on?
Like, if anyone's in town and they're like, "What do you want to eat?"
Thank you.
You're so
You
hilarious.
can tell she cooks. She's a mother. She's a wife. Oh shit. I haven't done this in a long time.
Oh my god.
I'm over here like Crisco. Shit. All right. Put a little bit of that.
So I only assumed. Usually with ground beef, there's fat in it. I feel like you're gonna need more than that.
More Crisco?
Yeah.
I don't want to do too much grease.
Oh really?
No.
Well, I'm learning.
I mean,
I don't know what impossible
right,
meat
let
is.
me
No,
edit.
don't trust me. Impossible meat is gonna.
we're
be
gonna
a-
figure it out together.
Yes.
All right. So we turn the oven on. I mean the stove. And we're just gonna put it in there, y'all.
Yep. And now impossible meat isn't meat.
It's not.
It's here's one of these things.
Oh yes, perfect. Thank you. And then what we're gonna do is we have all this seasoning. I'm a pepper girl. I love pepper. We got Tony's. Ooh, don't put too much because you don't want your cholesterol to be out the roof. So we're gonna put a little bit of that. Ooh, it's sizzling quick. Dang, it's cooking quick.
Yeah. Do you
Ooh,
want to
shit,
just?
let me hold on.
Do you feel like you're on one of those contestant cooking shows?
Yes.
You got 10 minutes to make this meal.
It starts sizzling quick.
Oh, it is turning brown.
See?
For all y'all listeners, this
It's
meat
turning
is turning
brown.
Okay. So
And then
I'm
we just gonna
surprised you don't do like spaghetti with meatballs.
Oh yeah, they have Impossible meatballs.
Oh no, I'm saying for your broke dish, you used to do ground beef.
Ground beef. Yep.
Was it because it was like cheaper and easier?
I grew up eating spaghetti all the time. Spaghetti, hot dogs, burgers, junk. You know, I didn't really. You're right. I should have put more grease. This is too high. It's burning, I think.
It's not burning.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
No, you
It's
good.
starting to stick to the pan.
Yeah, that's,
Okay.
that's fine.
So yeah, I didn't grow up eating healthy.
So what was going on at the time when you were consuming hot dogs, spaghetti, and all of that? Like,
Ooh,
take
Lord.
me back.
Let's go back to Pleasant Grove. I just got back from Dallas, Texas. The house I grew up in, actually, my grandmother still stays there.
Oh, wow.
Literally in the hood of Dallas, Pleasant Grove. You know, she has a nice home. She
Yeah.
fixed it up and stuff. But, you know, older people, they ain't never going to leave.
No.
So I'm like, you know, you want to stay here? She don't want to leave. Her daughter lives around the corner.
Uh-huh.
She's been there her whole life. You know, she owns the house.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're not going to leave. But Pleasant Grove is where I'm from. And, I mean, it's the hood of Dallas. But you know what's crazy? When I was growing up, it wasn't like I felt like I grew up in poverty.
Yeah.
I never knew, you know, until I was older, like an adult. And I was like, this is like the hood.
Now, do you think that's because the environment you were in was all the same, or like what made you realize later on?
I never needed for nothing. It wasn't like I grew up in like, you know, a horrible living situation.
Yeah.
So it was good. You
Did
know,
you have
but
all the fresh gear?
did I? I mean, yeah. I was like, you know, I was fly. I was cute.
Okay.
And then, you know, I got older in high school. I started doing hair in my grandmother's kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So I was making bank, y'all, in high school. I really thought I was popping. I started traveling and stuff because I was making so much money. I didn't have bills, and I was living with my grandmother.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
You were an entrepreneur very early.
early,
And where'd you learn how to do hair from?
I taught myself. I just randomly started braiding my doll's hair. That's what my mom said. So I randomly started doing hair, and then I was good at it. If I see something, I can do it.
What?
Yeah.
You know how badly I want to learn how to do cornrows? I'm gonna test out this theory on dolls. I guarantee it's not gonna come out as good as yours.
Yeah, so if
you
I see
start
something-
making money. You're a young entrepreneur.
Doing
you're,
hair.
What,
Yep.
14, 15?
Yep. I did a lot of stuff. I was in network marketing. Like, anything I put my mind to, I could sell it. But I would only sell stuff I believed in, though.
Okay.
So it didn't have to be like, you know, so commercially and addy. I was like, if I like the product, I'm going to sell it.
Where did you get your entrepreneurness from?
I don't know.
There was no entrepreneurs in your family?
No.
Wow.
I didn't grow up I'm like the first my dad's a pastor. My mom was a pharmacist.
Wow.
Yeah. My grandmother's retired. So
I used to always think that in order to be an entrepreneur, now you have just ended my theory, that you had to have grown up in a home where you came by one.
I don't think so.
Because there's people that go to school for entrepreneurship, and I'm always like,
But I feel like our generation is like, not first generation.
Yeah.
Of course, there's been entrepreneurs for decades
Yeah,
and
yeah.
decades. But our generation is a lot of first generation millionaires and entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, you know, we just have access to a lot of stuff. And when you believe you can do something, you literally can. So and I just knew I was always in the arts. I grew up like dancing, acting, theater, doing hair, anything creative. I did not want to do anything outside of that. Going to get a job was never in my cards. It was
you
never
never
even
thought about it. No one in your household was like, get a job. Well, obviously you started.
Obviously, like I had 9 to 5. It's like I was a waitress. I worked at a boutique. But I knew it was all temporary.
Yeah.
I used that to like save my money, and at night I was in the studio or I was hustling or doing hair.
What was your childhood dreams?
I wanted to be a hairstylist and do music.
Wow.
I wanted to own hair salons and I thought I was going to be on tour with Beyonce or something.
Okay.
That never happened.
Well, not yet. Not yet. So, so you're actively, you say you want to do hair and all this stuff, but you actually start doing it in high school. So technically you're hitting these milestones.
Yeah.
So what happens? You end up moving the needle forward more every time you accomplish something?
Yeah, and just, the more I did, the more I was never satisfied. So I always wanted the next thing. That's a good and a bad thing, y'all. Like, once you reach that goal, it's like, okay, what's next? What's next? What's next? But you also have to appreciate all the milestones that you did hit.
Okay.
I still think I have a problem with that to this day.
Like
I'm
appreciating the milestones?
Kinda. Like, okay, I did that. What's next? I did that. What's next? Okay, great. Okay, what's next? Like, I did that already.
I feel like one of the consistent things I noticed when interviewing successful people is that you guys hit the milestone and then you're like, what's next?
What's next?
Let's put the next one. So it's very
like
consistent.
a rush. It's kind of a drug. Like, I don't know. Like, that manifestation shit and like reaching your goals, it's just like proving to yourself, and it's not a game, but it's like, kind of like anything I say out of my mouth, anything I put my mind to is going to happen. I don't worry about the how. I don't worry about the when. I just know it's going to happen.
Where do you think you got that from, though?
God. Seriously, God. Like, it was just in me from birth. I honestly don't know.
Wow.
Like, I have no idea. I was born with it, I guess.
So looking at you today, you're on Wall and Out. You're a viral sensation. You're an influencer.
That's what they say. I don't know. What's the definition of sensation? Because I'm canceled every other week.
You're canceled? That's good though.
It is.
Honestly, it's really good because as long as people are talking about you and obsessing over you and watching your videos and having something to say, you're on everybody's mind, which is the end goal. Because you slave it over the stove.
This takes a while to brown.
It's brown.
I know, but it's some still little red pieces.
So, was there ever a point in your career coming up that you doubted yourself? Where something happened where you were like, okay, maybe I'm doing a bit much?
I wouldn't say doubted myself, but it's definitely been milestones. Like, I mean, tough things to fight through. But I always knew, I never in my mind got to a point where I was like, this isn't going to happen.
Okay.
Never.
But there was a point where there was like a little bit of...
Oh my God, yeah. I've never been out the house. I was living I was making $1,000 a week with no bills at like 20 years old. That is a lot of fucking money.
That is a lot of money.
Like just doing hair and kicking it and traveling. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to save some money. I'm going to get a car. I spent like $7,000 on a car or something. And then I was working at a strip club, not stripping. I don't think nobody would come see me strip. I'll be doing the chicken head. But I was a waitress, and I was like, I hated it. Mm-hmm. I saved up my money, got my car, and I was like, I'm gonna save up $3,000. I'm gonna move to Atlanta. And
why Atlanta?
It was either Atlanta or LA. In LA, I was like, in my mind, way too expensive. And I came to visit Atlanta a lot. I love the culture. Yeah. I love kicking it with my people out here. I love the blackness.
Yeah, I was just saying that today. I went out, and it was the first time I went out, and everybody was black.
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
everywhere.
This is nice. Yeah. The only downside was I was in Walmart, and I felt like all the shelves were empty. And I didn't know what happened.
What were you trying to get?
I was trying to get, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was trying to pick up your groceries.
Right. Trying to pick up my struggle meal. But yeah, so I just moved with $3,000. That money was gone in a month. I was like, what the fuck?
So then what did you do?
Girl, I got 3 jobs. I was waitressing. I, served food at the tavern at Phipps Plaza. I don't even know if that's there anymore. I worked at a boutique. Shout out to T. He gave me my first little job out here. And I did hair on the side, but it was bad.
And were you like roommated up, money. Or did you? Where were you staying?
Yes, me and my best friend from Dallas moved out here. She was one of the people that told me, she was like, if you do not move to Atlanta, then I'm not gonna be your friend no more. Like, you're holding yourself back, and you're being basically a great friend.
That's a great
shout out to Pharaoh.
Yeah,
my nigga, but yeah, so. We struggled for a long time. I didn't have a bed for like 6 months.
Yeah, I like that. I know what you're talking about.
But let me tell you, like, when I was going through that shit, I was not like, woe is me. Yeah. I was just like, this is my life right now.
Yeah.
But always,
it's all temporary.
Yes. Okay. And you have to remember that. If you truly believe it, it will be temporary. I knew it was, yes, I had nights where I cried. Yes, I had stressful moments. Yeah. But it was never like, I'm sleeping on the floor. Yeah. It was like, all right, we in grind mode. Yeah. Like, I'm about to make it. I just got to keep putting one foot after. You can go back on my YouTubes, y'all. Like, when I first moved to Atlanta, I have YouTubes of me, like, playing gospel music. It's still on YouTube.
I'm going to definitely look it up.
Crying.
We're going to look it up for the video.
Like, our basement flooded. We were living in, like, the hood, man. It was some ghetto shit.
But this whole move to Atlanta was in pursuit of what?
I
wanted add spaghetti sauce to this, or how does it work?
Yes, we're going to mix it all together.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, you probably need the stove on. You're hilarious.
We're going to mix it all together.
You probably want to add the sauce to the meat first.
Is that how you do?
Yeah.
I haven't cooked spaghetti in a decade. So honestly.
I'm going to help you out.
Okay. But it just goes all together, right?
Yeah, it does, but you want
We can't just put the noodles in here, right? Because we're going to put all this in the pot.
I'm going to trust you to do it. That's smart.
And
you can do
these noodles are a little dry. Y'all might want to edit this out. Hold on.
Oh, okay, shit. Perfect.
Oh,
and then we add sauce.
Yeah, let's put the sauce on the noodles because they dry.
Oh, you're hilarious. Sauce.
And then we're going to add the meat, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
You're asking me. We need our own cooking show.
Yep. And then we're going to mix this all together. Oh, this is going to be good.
Okay. And then slide this up.
Slide it over to me.
And then do you need to heat it up again or no?
Let me see. Maybe not.
I think you will.
You do? Okay. Should I turn it on low?
Yeah, I'll turn it on for you.
Jesus.
Yo, you need a cooking show. You need a cooking show.
Hell no.
You would be great. You would be great. So, what was the mission for you coming out to Atlanta? What was your end goal in your mind?
I'm gonna be a superstar. I'm gonna do music.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna do music. Of course, acting, and I was always in theater. I never thought about myself being a comedian, a stand-up comedian at that. Ever.
So you're out here working 3 jobs. How does a girl moving out here with 3 jobs, struggling, pursuing music, end up becoming B. Simone, as we all know? Like, what happened? What were those moves that happened?
Really? I was in the studio every night. I was recording. I put out a project. Okay. None of that stopped. Like, I put out a project. It's still got music on iTunes, and you can, like, look it up. I make, like, $10 a month off of it. Nobody listens to that shit. And, I was in the studio. It was literally like, get a bed or pay for studio time.
Yeah, and you chose pay.
Studio
Hell yeah,
time.
of course.
But once social media took off, like, Instagram, I took advantage of that. If this is what's popping right now, this is what I'm going to use. And I took advantage of Instagram 8 years ago when, you know, it wasn't that many people on there doing comedy. It wasn't oversaturated. It was a brand new app.
So you got on Instagram before Vine?
Yes.
Yes.
You got I didn't have
you didn't use Vine. You used
No,
Instagram.
I used Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah. But I came from MySpace. I, you know, used MySpace.
Yeah.
I had my top 8. I had my music on MySpace. I was, you know,
you were doing it.
Yeah, popular on MySpace. Then I took it to Pinterest. Then I took it to Facebook. Then I took it to Instagram.
Yeah.
So I think my, you know, tribe or whatever followed me all over. But of course it was nothing like how it is now.
Yeah.
But social media made me a comedian. I'm telling y'all, people will tell you what they want from you. Do not, without compromising who you are and your goals, give the people what they want. I would post my music, it would get 4,000 likes. I would post a comedy video, it would get 400,000.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna give y'all this.
Yeah.
You know, and you can still do it in certain ways. Do a comedy skit and play your music in the background.
Yeah.
Or do a comedy skit and shout out your music later, but they didn't want my music.
Yeah.
You know, so I gave them comedy.
If you had to range yourself between entrepreneur, comedian, music artist, talent on screen, like actor, actress, which one would you say would you rate yourself as number one?
Entrepreneur.
I was gonna say that. I didn't want to say it, but you like breathe, smell, see entrepreneurship.
For sure.
You're a
because everything is under that umbrella.
Yeah.
And it's, oh Jesus, I hate that click. What does that do?
It's just the lighting.
Oh,
you're so cute.
should we put the top on?
Yeah.
Let it get warm.
You are absolutely adorable.
Okay. Yeah, entrepreneur. Everything else is under that umbrella.
Yeah.
So entrepreneur is my comedy side, like, you know, doing stand-up, studying that, selling merch, making people laugh, putting out a stand-up special, having them watch, you know, like all of that is entrepreneurial. And then be Simone Beauty, cosmetic line, entrepreneur, this, you know?
And there's so much to touch on with you because you're so multifaceted.
Yeah.
I've watched you over the years.
Yeah.
And I've watched you, I don't want to say it and I get it wrong and then you correct me.
What are you going to say?
But I want to say I've watched you make your first million on on Instagram.
Yes.
Well, I watched you experience it. Let me tell you
Yes.
something. It was one of the best. I'm one of those people that get really happy for other people.
Yeah. That
Like
shit
you
is
win a
lit.
lotto, I'm like,
Ooh,
oh shit, we won the lotto.
Yeah,
Even though we don't know
yeah,
each other, I'm like,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, go for it. You know? But
That was one of the first things I manifested publicly, like with my audience.
and that to me, not gonna tear up for sure. Try not to. I felt like from a woman's standpoint, that was not from a woman, just from anyone's standpoint. It was monumental that you literally opened up the behind the scenes and like what it felt like, and you documented it.
It was wild.
It was one of the most amazing things I had ever seen, and I was impacted by it, and I was like in awe of it. And even from an entrepreneur perspective, you're like, I know how hard it took to take those chances on yourself.
Oh my God.
And I think in your case, you were buying the stuff up front.
Yeah.
So you needed it to sell.
Yeah.
So you're like, you know, as a viewer, you're
certain
like,
things,
yeah, she better sell it. Sell it.
But
you know?
even going into that, like, people don't understand, like, the biggest lesson that I even got from it was the belief. Because I publicly said, I'm going to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
I said it first.
Yes.
But not just to myself, not to my friends. I said it publicly. Like, on April 5th, I'm going to have $1 million in my account. Once the cameras went off, I was like, all right. Like, now what do we do? Like, I believed it, though. Like, having that belief publicly and putting it out there, like, y'all have to believe what you are saying and what you are chasing and what you are fighting for. Like, it's the belief. People are so worried about how it's going to happen and when it's going to happen that they don't believe it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Stop worrying about the how and the when. God got that. You just believe it's coming.
Now, when you look at a project as an entrepreneur, do you look at your passion and like the vision of your idea coming to life, like your beauty line and how it came to life? Or do you look at the numbers got to make sense?
No, because it always don't make sense.
Yeah.
I got a $30,000 Be Simone Beauty fucking truck that I had a whole vision for, and it's been sitting for a year at the warehouse. Like, that didn't make sense.
Yeah.
But I knew what made sense to me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I lose money. Sometimes I'm not money driven, though. I'm not scared to invest and lose money and put out money in hopes of something greater coming from it. I don't hold on to money like that.
Do you ever get scared about going back to spaghetti?
Nah.
No.
Because even God forbid if I did, I know how to get out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I did it once. Anything that you have done one time, you can do again. It's really, really in you. Like you can do it again.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, let's sit down because I feel like
Done.
we are literally at the stove for all y'all listeners. We've been talking this whole time. We haven't even sat.
All right.
I think
Do
I'm
you
out
want to
of.
make your plates?
Yes.
Because I'm feeling like you're gonna love this.
Yeah, I'm gonna love it because I'm starving. Thank you. And this is impossible.
She said thank you. She don't want to.
Thank you so much. This is impossible.
She's like, that's more than enough, sweetie.
Trust me. I'll be asking you so many questions.
Let me see. Well, I want a bigger scoop.
Oh, see?
Okay.
Okay, wait, I'll give you a bigger scoop. Okay.
See?
Okay, I like it.
You gotta get the good scoop with all the stuff. Get a little more and flip that like that.
You know what? I was kind of secretly hoping when I was shopping she would have added cheese.
No.
But then it was vegan. But you're not vegan.
I'm not vegan. I actually would have added cheese if I wasn't doing,
Your fast.
the fast.
All right, let's try this.
Okay. Dear God, thank you for this food we're about to receive, for the nourishment of our bodies, and I hope she like it. Amen.
Amen. I will definitely like it.
It's only 3 ingredients, y'all. Well, actually, I mean, besides the seasoning.
So as far as affordability, this dish is extremely affordable. Wow.
You can't even tell it's impossible meat.
I have no idea, but it makes me feel better knowing it's impossible meat.
Does it?
Yeah.
I feel like people that eat meat, it makes them feel grossed out. Not grossed out, but like, I want real meat.
Oh, my guilty pleasure is eating at vegan restaurants. Like,
And you live in LA.
Yeah, they have really good vegan, but then when I go to a vegan person and I tell them like the restaurant I like, they're like, that's not real vegan. And I'm like, oh.
Really?
Okay. Well, I still like it.
How is it not real vegan? Maybe they like do raw vegan.
They're like the vegan.
Lettuce.
Yeah, I don't know what they expect, but
This is
the vegan that I'm talking about, it tastes like real food. Have you been to Real Food LA in LA?
Mm-mm.
But yeah, but apparently it's.
How do y'all do interviews like this with eating? Because
It's so good. Yeah, go in. Go in. I'm gonna take another bite. Listeners will go home and make this.
It's so good, y'all. The meat is busting. Tomato sauce. Oh, I'm glad you did get the red sauce because I was like, what if she gets like
the white sauce?
Yeah.
No.
I like the white sauce though, but
but
I mean it's dairy in it.
No. See?
That's Alfredo.
That was God looking out. I know B's on this challenge.
Y'all, wish me luck. Please pray for me. Because I eat a lot of dairy.
Could you have predicted your success? Did you predict it?
Yes, but I didn't know what it looked like. I knew I was going to be successful, but I didn't know what it looked like. That's why when people ask, like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see your... I'm like, I didn't see myself here 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. Like, every little detail wasn't mapped out. I just knew I was going to be successful. I knew I was going to be financially stable. I knew I was going to be doing what I loved, whatever that looks like. And that changes as you get older. The things I cared about when I first started, I don't care about now. You know what I mean?
What?
The dream car. Like, I haven't had a car for 3 years. Like, those are things that you have on your list, the house.
Do you think that's like a system of like coming from being broke? Because I used to always be like, I want the Lamborghini yours. I do want the Lamborghini yours for all those.
Yes, absolutely. And that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like it changed as you got older. Like, do I want this truly because I want this and it goes with my lifestyle and I need it and I truly desire it in my heart? Or is this what I see on Instagram? Is this what I see all successful Black people doing? Yeah. Is this what I've been conditioned to think I want? I don't want that. I actually love being driven around. I actually love sleeping in the back of Black trucks without people talking to me. I actually love checking emails in the car and not worrying about making a left or a right. I actually love not going anywhere when I'm in Atlanta and staying at home. Why do I need a car?
Wow.
I travel 90% of the year.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So when you really think about what you personally need, that changes, and don't let society or culture make you think you have to go out and get these things. Yeah. I didn't get a car, but I did buy a diamond necklace.
And it looks amazing. It looks amazing.
But I like jewelry.
Yeah,
little dainty. I love jewelry. So cool. I got the jewelry. I don't need the car.
Yeah.
Cool. People like buy property. Do I need a huge house right now? No, I'm single with no kids.
Yeah.
Get a condo.
Uh-huh.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just do what works for you. Do what works for you. Don't do what society makes you think you need to do.
Do you feel like you look at money differently from when you were broke?
I look at it the exact same way. My mindset with money hasn't changed. I'm a little more, like, I have an accountant now. I have a financial advisor. Like, I'm more, I would say, educated with my money, where to put it, how to invest it. But I've never had an attachment to money. Money just flows to me.
So I feel like you use money as a tool
Absolutely.
to make more money.
Absolutely.
But I feel like that was your relationship your entire time.
Life. I just want to be financially stable.
Yeah. You don't want to live paycheck to paycheck.
No. I want to be able to have convenience and live the way I want to live. Anything extra on top of that is just a bonus.
So would you be comfortable taking me back to when you were working those 3 jobs, what it was like quitting day?
Oh my God.
Like, I want to know the quitting day or the firing day.
Yeah. I don't think I ever got fired, but I remember quitting Hair Are Us. Shout out to Hair Are Us, man. I never had my booth rent, and them ladies was like, it's okay. We know, we watched the tapes. You didn't do no clients. Man, those my girls, Kat and Ashley. They hired me. I was a Hair Artist ambassador while working at their salon here in Atlanta, and I remember telling them, like, I'm making more money on social media than I am here, and it just doesn't make sense for me to do hair anymore. Like, I was overworking for not a lot of money. You know what I mean? And I even if you're still a hairstylist or you have your own brand or whatever, you have got to find a way to make money without labor. You have got to find a way to make money without physical labor. So if I am a hairstylist, while I'm asleep, there should be something on my website that is selling. I should have a product. I should not only be able to make money if I am working.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So you're talking about like sleep money. I call it sleep money.
Yes, sleep money. So if I'm a hairstylist, okay, I'm doing hair, I need to be selling products.
Yeah.
So if I don't have 10 clients that week, maybe I got 10 sales.
Oh, wow. Ooh, you hairstylist.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
But now what do you tell a hairstylist that is braiding hair independently? She doesn't have a big following or what have you. And you're like, well, you could maybe try a different lane, like products or what have you. Because you know what? Recently, I went to get a facial, for example. Okay. And, you know, before you leave the facial appointment, they're like, oh, you need this product. You need this product.
It's upsell.
And you walk out there and you spend like $200 on a product you'll probably never use.
I worked at Ulta. I did that every day. You know, so sell something you believe in because it's not hard to sell. Because you don't have to do a commercial and an ad and talk people into this. Sell something you truly use and you truly believe in. Because, you know, it's like, I believe in this. That's how it was with my Be Simone Beauty. I was like, I am not selling this until I love the formula. Because if I don't believe in it, I'm going to have to sell it. Yeah. But if I believe in it, I'm like, girl, this is thick. This is creamy. It lasts all day. It don't leave that white line. Like, I love my lip gloss. I'm just talking to you. I don't have to sell it to you. Yeah. So sell something you believe in, and you just telling the truth about the product. It's not a whole commercial. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Where did you get all your sales skills from?
I don't know. I actually learned a lot. With different people I worked with, I learned a lot of skills from somebody that was on my team that I no longer work with, but the entrepreneurial skills were always in me. I literally was selling snacks in elementary school. So it's like, I would make, I don't know if did y'all do this in New York? Like the Starburst wrappers and stuff? Did y'all make necklaces and bracelets? I would sell them. Like I would make them and sell them. People were like, well, I can make that myself. I would be like, okay, go make it then. They'd be like, nah, I'll just buy it. Yeah, because it's going to take you hours. And I'm sitting here making it. Like, I would just make stuff.
I think some people assume that entrepreneurship and sales, like, you don't have to know how to sell if you're an entrepreneur. And I always say it's really, I feel like it's essential.
I don't feel like you have to know how to sell. I feel like you have to sell something you believe in. Because I'm not trying to talk you into it. Yeah. I'm just telling you about something that I believe in, a product that I believe in. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, I guess you do have to know how to sell, but I don't feel like I've ever been a salesperson.
No, I get it. I feel like I always tell people sales is great customer service.
Got you.
You know.
Oh, like, that makes sense.
You know, I don't sell a product. I definitely wouldn't sell it. You can't sell a product you don't believe in. That would definitely not be good customer service. Yeah. But I always definitely play on like what the customer
really it's marketing.
Yeah, marketing.
That really is it. Like marketing makes your sales.
Yeah.
Marketing. Makes your sales.
So did I fully get the answer out of like what you felt like when you were leaving these jobs?
Oh yeah, like I said, Here Are Us, I basically just told them, I was like, it's just not making sense to me.
Yeah.
Like I'm slaving and working and doing hair, and I couldn't say no to a client.
Yeah.
Like if a client, I'm like, I'm booked today. I'll come at 6 a.m. Bet, pull up.
Yeah.
Like I would not never, because I didn't want to miss the sale.
Yeah.
I didn't want to miss the money,
Yeah.
and I needed it. So I would work very, very hard. And I made good money, but it just wasn't enough. And
So how much was social media giving you, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, that's what
at the time, and when.
That's what I'm saying. Like at that time, I would make like $100 for a picture post.
Mm-hmm.
But if a sew-in is $200, and that takes 2.5 hours, and it takes me 2 minutes to post a picture, that's not adding up to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you're also looking at time equals money. You're not just looking at money as a tool. You're looking at time is money and money is time.
Yes, because if I post 2 pictures that week and I only had one client that week, that's still equivalent to the same. You know what I mean?
So did you spend most of your free time trying to figure out ways to increase that line of revenue?
Yes. Making skits. The skits with me and Desi, ranting videos. I was always posting, always looking for endorsements, brand deals. This was back when it was new.
You were looking for them?
Yeah.
And how would you approach them? You would say, hey,
I would DM them.
And you would say, this is my following?
Or, hey, do y'all need brand ambassadors? Hey, do y'all need a new face that promotes your line? I believe in your product. I think your product is dope. Sometimes I would even buy the product and do it and send them the picture.
Wow.
Like, this is the type of content I can provide you if you need a brand ambassador.
Wow.
So, I say the kids nowadays. I'm like, the kids, I'm 32, but I really feel like the generation, like after 93, 94, like the little ones under me, y'all some lazy motherfuckers.
Why you say that?
God damn.
Why do you say that?
Y'all think this shit is so easy. I ain't got no followers. I've been on Instagram for a decade, baby.
I'm so glad you said that, because I think when people see influencers, they assume it was overnight.
If you have not DM'd 100 people today and showed them who you are, I don't want to hear shit. I can DM Beyonce right now. I'm not saying she's going to see it. I'm not saying she's going to answer, but I can DM her.
Yeah.
Do it. Like, man, nobody giving me a chance. You're not even giving yourself a chance. If you have not DM'd 100 people today and showed them your talent, your this, your that, in a professional way, because some of y'all be like, hey, check out all right, you already fucking
Or I see them do that on the comments. They'll be like, check out this. It's like,
what?
Why are you doing that?
You're spam at this point.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, don't grind for that shit. Like, y'all just want it to be handed to you.
How long were you on Instagram before you made $1?
A couple years. So at least 4 years.
So you hear that,
everybody? 4
everybody?
years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Just to make $1.
At least.
And now I would say,
16,
at what
17,
point
18,
did you
19,
become a
20,
millionaire?
22.
Like, what year?
2020.
2020.
My birthday, April 5th, 2020.
April 5th. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, on your birthday.
On my birthday. It was actually 7 days before my birthday, but we celebrated on my birthday.
Yeah. So how many years in were you at that point?
Man, 4, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So about 8.
Wow.
Well, I mean, on social media, but y'all gotta think, like, I was in my first girl group when I was 15.
Yeah.
I was traveling with them. I was performing with them. Like, so this has been
years.
Yes, years.
And
but
people always
media
assume that it's just like prettiness. It's, you have, and then you got to think at some point you had to perfect your comedy, right?
Yeah.
So what was that like?
Yeah, because I mean, Instagram is totally different than, performing live.
Yeah.
And I never had a desire to do that. But once again, it was back when I was struggling.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, so we'll give you $1,500 for this comedy. Well, first they called, said, do you do stand-up? I said, absolutely not. Fuck no, that's scary as fuck. I'm not a comedian. Like, you got me fucked up. No, absolutely not. They were like, dang. I was like, well, what was it for? It was like, this college wanted you to come do, 10 minutes for $1,500. I was like, I do stand-up. What day? Fuck it. I'm going to go out there and Dion Cole is one of my favorite comedians.
Yeah.
Like, he's so dope to me. He writes down his stuff and he takes it on stage with him, and he's like, if it hits, he'd be like, that worked. If it doesn't hit, he'd be like, I did the same thing. I copied Dion Cole. I said that to the college. I was like, y'all know who Dion Cole is? It was all these young kids. They're like, no. I was like, well, he write down his jokes. So I'm going to write down these jokes, and the ones I say, laugh if you like them. If you don't like them, don't laugh.
And they were cool.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I did it. I was up there for 10 minutes. I got that $1,500 check, and baby, never looked back.
And then from there, you don't obviously still do that checklist.
No.
But that's amazing.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
I definitely, lied. I was like, tell them I do stand up. I will come. I will turn these kids up, whatever. But at that time, $1,500 in one sitting, that's a lot of money when you're broke.
Now, how did you go from that to Wildin' Out?
Yeah, I actually went to a Wildin' Out casting call for the models. For the Wildin' Out girls.
Okay.
I wasn't trying to be a model girl.
Okay.
I got to
you could easily be a model.
Hell
You
no.
are stunning. You are
Thank
beautiful.
you.
You're beautiful online too, but it's always great when you see someone in person. You're like, oh, you're naturally just beautiful.
Thank you so much. I went to the Wildin' Out casting call, and I got to the front. They called my number. I was like, I'm a comedian. I'm not a model. So
No way. Oh.
They were like, well, say something funny. And I don't remember what I said, but they laughed.
Okay.
And they were
now,
like,
at this point, did you have a following?
Yeah. I had a following. So I was going viral. Like 2016 was my biggest viral moment. That was when viral was like viral. Like now everything is viral. Technically, if it hits 1 million views, it's viral. Like videos are just viral all the time. But viral, like back in 2016 was like Rihanna reposted my shit. Chris Brown, like back then, it was like, fuck, Rihanna knows who I am. I DM'd her, she never answered. Like, really? Answer your DM. But so I went viral, and then it was just from there, like, they knew who I was a little bit, but they were like, I mean, she's an Instagram comedian. Like, we're not about to put her on the show. That was kind of before they started doing that.
Yeah, before this.
Yeah.
Okay. So you tell the joke, they think it's funny, then what happens?
They told me to sit to the side, and I waited like the whole rest of the casting call.
What? Were you calling your friends like, oh my God, what does this mean?
No, I just sat there. I was like, okay, I guess we're going to talk or whatever. And then we ended up going out to eat, and I didn't hear nothing from them for 2 years. Literally, like almost 2 years. I was like, they really not fucking with me. And then I don't remember how it happened, how it went from that, but I think actually Dolly, she fought for me.
Dolly comes up.
You know why? Because Nick didn't believe in me at first. He was like, I don't see it. Like all this, you're my boyfriend, baby girl. Like I don't get it. I don't see it. Dolly was like, I'm telling you. Her, Niall, and a couple other people were like fighting for me. Nick was like, all right, like I guess we'll see. And then, one year we shot in Atlanta, and as soon as I came out, the whole crowd was like, like saying all the beats on tone, and Nick was like, we gonna see, And then he started being like, all right, you got it. Like you're a star, you're from your heart to your talent. Like I didn't see it at first, that was my bad. I'm gonna take that on the chin, but you really are a star.
Did you know that when you were doing that at the time,
I had
or did
no
you
idea.
hear it afterwards?
I heard it later. And I'm glad I didn't know.
Yeah, I was
glad.
going to say.
Because I didn't want to, I think I would have been in my head like, let me prove myself. Or the opposite, like, dang, he don't even really want me here. Why am I here? But I was just like, they love me. Nick loves me.
Yeah. Now, do you feel pressure nowadays, like, because you're an entrepreneur, you're a comedian, you are in the podcast space, you're a multitasking entrepreneur, visionary. Yeah. Do you feel pressure to stay on top?
It depends on what your definition of on top is.
When I say like there's one thing to go viral. There's another thing to have a following. Like I feel like if you put a product out for all your brands out there, if B. Simone drops a product, it's going to sell. It's going to move. Yeah. People are going to go to where you're at. So
not always. Not always. Sometimes it's, you can't be lazy with it. Just because I post something don't mean we selling. We done had so many sales for B. Simone Beauty. We trying to get that shit up out of that warehouse. Mm-hmm. We like 69% off. Please, somebody. Jesus. You got to be honest. Yeah. One month you have a $50,000 month, and the next month you can have a $5,000 month. It depends on the marketing. It depends on people's pockets. It depends on if I'm canceled. You get what I'm saying? Like people go, I'm not supporting her now or whatever. But I think it depends on what your definition of success is. Because really, I'm trying to figure out ways to never have to be on Instagram again. I want to get off of
You're
Instagram.
all about sleep money.
What? I want to get off of social media. It takes up too much of my time. Uh-huh. It's time consuming. I just want to it's enough.
When you're on social media, because for you, it's also a money consumer. So when the regular person's on it, they scroll, they're like, oh, be Simone. And they're scrolling and they're clicking on pretty people and fancy lives, because that's what we all do, right?
I do that too.
I was gonna ask, do you do that too, or do you look at it like, what's my metrics today?
It's both. It's, oh, I have to be on Instagram because I'm a businesswoman. And then you get on Instagram and don't do shit that got to do with business. You sit there and be like, I'm going to be on for 20 minutes. And then you're on there for 2 hours. It's literally a millennial addiction.
Yes. Well, they said that the social media was created to waste time.
100%.
And it's funny because if you look at the people that own it, they're all like, my kids aren't on that.
That's exactly what it's doing. So I'm trying to figure out ways to not have to rely on social media for my income, which I, fully don't.
Yeah, you don't.
Thank God. But the internet is definitely an outlet for me to I'll make a lot of money on internet.
Good to know. You need to teach me something.
I'm just trying to get off of it. I'm about to put this money into real estate and be on an island somewhere and post randomly.
Okay.
Like, I don't want to be...
Where can people find you if they want to find you or support you? Like, how can they do that?
Instagram. See? Back to the fucking basics. Literally, social media. Like, my social media, my Instagram is one of my biggest platforms. I promote my tour dates on there.
And your podcast?
My podcast.
What's the name of your podcast?
Know For Sure. Oh, you can't see it. I got the hoodie on. But Know For Sure podcast. Oh my God, we're episode 10 episodes. Like, we launched 2 months ago, and we have been in the top 200 since we launched in the world.
Wow.
Like, we haven't, it's just mind blowing. We know we're going to be number one, but we didn't know it was going to be this fast.
How would you describe your podcast?
Our podcast is literally about truth and purpose, evolution, elevation, healing, growing. And we're doing that, me and my co-host Megan, we're doing it together with our audience. Okay. So we're not saying we have all the answers. We're not saying we're right. We're not saying we're wrong. We're just having the conversations. We're talking about therapy. We're talking about what we go through. We cry every damn episode.
I love that.
Yeah. It's like just real shit. Yeah.
Do you feel like a lot of your success has been keeping it real?
That's how I got to this point. Solely being myself, not hiding anything. And of course, the internet doesn't have to know everything about me, but there's not really much I've hid from the internet. No. Honestly, like, I walk in my truth. Anything I say is my reality. So, yeah.
There's never been like a cringeworthy, well, maybe I shouldn't post it.
I went through that after I was canceled for saying certain things or giving my opinion. But the world was just in a really... weird time. Like, it was the Black Lives Matter, then it was COVID. The world was very dark during that time, and it was a lot of pain and a lot of suffering, and you had to tread very lightly. That's when it took a shift from like, okay, I can say whatever I want to say. I'm Dave Chappelle, I'm Richard Pryor, to, okay, no, I can't. So that, I feel like 2019, 2020, that was that shift of like, sensitivity. Everybody is so fucking sensitive. I'm like, I can be like, oh, I love water. Wow. You don't like juice? Wow. So you hate juice. You love water? Yeah. Oh my God. B. Simone hates juice. Welch's, I saw Welch's juice comment on her last post. Make sure that Welch's knows B. Simone hates juice and they should never support her again. I didn't say I hated juice. I said I like water.
Does cancel culture scare you? I feel like we're in an age where it's the no-lose age, and that's why cancel culture exists. Like, nobody wants to be I hate to say the word loser, but nobody wants to be last place loser. Yeah. Everybody wants to be equal. Yeah. And I'm not saying we all aren't equal. Luckily, I'm not big enough to be canceled yet. But I feel like we create an environment where we're so sensitive that we're no longer keeping real. Like, I don't want to get into the gender thing, but even with genders and all this stuff, it's just like nobody wants to just call blue blue, pink pink, and we're all afraid to call it.
People just going off based off emotion, because the same people that canceled me will walk up to me and be like, "Can you sign my book?" I'd be like, "I thought I was a plagiarist." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love your book. Okay, cool. Like, I was, it's never like y'all are going off of emotion. You're mad in the moment. And then in 2 months later, you're going to be buying my lip gloss. Yeah. Like, because it's just, people are episodic.
I've never even heard that word, but are you afraid of cancel culture?
Not anymore.
Really?
I've been canceled so many times, it's a fucking joke. Literally, my last post on Instagram, my last solo picture, or the last one, I have a shirt that says canceled, and the caption is, "Jesus is my savior. He calls the shots."
Did you make that shirt?
No.
Oh.
I got it from my homeboy, his clothing line. But that is the caption. Like, somebody was like, how are you talking about Jesus? And the picture is saying, fuck you. It's literally a finger that says, fuck you, and it says canceled. And it goes hand in hand. You cannot cancel me. This was predestined before I was in my mother's womb. There is nothing that a man on this earth can do that is going to keep me away from my purpose.
Wow.
So Jesus is my savior. He calls the shots. And it's as simple as that. I'm not scared of humans anymore. When I went through that shit, it fucked me up though.
The first cancel?
What? I was in my room crying. Like, why am I crying over Twitter? I was sad, man.
What advice would you give to somebody that's trying to be in your shoes? Because it sounds like you have to have thick skin.
You do. And you have to know who you are, and you have to have a good team, man. The thing that sticks with me the most is my best friend, Megan, my business partner that's on my podcast. She just kept telling me, what is the truth? What is the truth? What is the truth? Do these people know you? No. Are you a plagiarist? No. We just started listing all of these truths. We just made a list of truths. And she was like, at the end of the day, she showed me the list. This is the truth, no matter who believes it. You focus on this.
Wow.
It don't matter who believes it. The truth is the truth. You don't have to believe that this is white. At the end of the day, that's the truth. If you don't believe it, that's on you. That's white.
Wow.
So remember that. The truth is the truth. And if the truth is you're a fucked up person, fix it.
Yeah.
Change. Become a better person. But if the truth is these people don't know you, you're a great person, you had pure intentions, whatever, focus on the truth.
That's great advice.
Thanks.
That's really great advice.
Megan, she helped me through that. I was
You have
so
really
sad.
You have a really good group of girlfriends.
I do.
And they all live here.
Most of them, yeah. A few of them live out of town, but yeah.
Well, I am going to, so this dish was really
You
good.
didn't like it. You took 2 bites.
I knew
She's
this
not
was going to
fucking
happen.
with it.
This dish was really good. But B. Simone is very captivating. So when you're doing an interview show for our listeners, I'm not lying because I promise you, once I really is good. If you see the video, you're going to see me jamming my face full of food, calling my husband down here to eat some of his food with us. So, I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And being a breath of fresh air.
Oh, thank you.
Honestly,
You're
I was
so dope.
I was literally like, should I be pissed?
No.
Should I be pissed?
It's not a big deal.
And this, I haven't been to Atlanta often. Yeah. But this trip, there were so many things that were coming at me that I was like, maybe God doesn't want this trip. It's the devil messing with me. I'm so glad I came out here.
See, look how the enemy worked. That was the enemy trying to trick your mind.
No,
the enemy is tricky.
Tricky.
You be thinking like, maybe God, no, that's the devil. You got to know God's voice.
Let me tell you how much I believe that God didn't want this trip. I called up one of my friends who's like God-fearing, and I said, how you know when God talks to you? I'm like, you know how people say God talks to them and says something to them? How do you know? And my friend was like, what are you trying to find out?
You know, though.
Yeah.
You can hear his voice. And God is never going to tell you something that's gonna, when it's the devil, it's always negative. It's always second guessing. It's always fear.
Oh. Okay, see?
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, but
I ain't a guru, but God is never going to put fear in you and make you second guess.
Wow. Well, I've been in Atlanta for one day, and meeting you, meeting some of the other people that I've met here, I can honestly say it was like the best gift I could have ever gifted myself.
Glad you came.
I'm so glad, what you contribute. But anyways, thank you so much for coming by and eating while broke with me.
Yes, this was
I
great.
appreciate you. And I am
love
going
your show.
to
This
finish
is a great concept.
Thank
Look at
you.
This is going to be huge.
It's so funny. And I was just telling people off camera. People have said to me, oh, this show, it's not TV worthy. I'm like, why? Is it like... They're like, no, this is probably like YouTube level, but not TV worthy. I'm like, it's the truth though. People need to know that
where you came from.
Yeah. And it wasn't overnight, especially in this age, the new generation. Oh, you just gotta get on video.
Just go viral.
Yeah. No, just go viral.
You want longevity.
Have you ever tried even getting 10 followers? Well, let me just tell you something, okay?
And that's the problem. Stop trying to go viral. Just put out content that you believe in. Just put out the content
that you believe
in. If I believe in something, I'm going to put it out and the right people will find me. I'm not putting it out with the intent to go viral. You can't plan on going viral. Just put it out.
So in the meantime, do you advise the couple day jobs? Because I got 2 day jobs, you know what I'm saying?
I advise whatever you got to do to get it and whatever is filling your cup. you know, whatever it takes for you to feel like you're successful.
Yeah, you're amazing.
You are too. You're so sweet.
Thank
You're
you.
calm. You have a real calm spirit.
Oh, thank you. I love you. Thank you so much.
I love you
Our mics are all messed
This
up.
is great.
All right. Well, thank you. And
get a
if you
couple more
guys want
bites
to
and I'm
catch
stop
up with B. Simone, Instagram is always your best friend. She announces her tour dates.
Yep.
You can also catch her on TV on Wild and Out. And if you want to catch her comedy on Instagram, follow her podcast.
Yes, watch the podcast. Know for sure pod. We're going number 1. We made it to number 10, then we drop back down to 40. Fuck.
You'll be at number 1. Peace out, guys.
Bye.